So Deshaun Watson will not waive his no trade clause to come to the Eagles. Well, guess what? That's okay by me. Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. So today we have come with the hell is that? It's a big ass dog. Dallas still stinks. Yo, everybody, do it. King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I hope you guys are doing well. So it has come to this. It has come to this. All season of Deshaun Watson rumors. It has come to this. So we're going to get into it in a second. But before we do that, I got a few things to say. First thing, if you have the Newsbreak app, maybe you want to get the Newsbreak app, click the link in the description. Give your boy a follow. I'm over there now. We're doing some Italian Kung Fu, throwing some cannoli stars. You don't want to miss it. It is absolutely devastating. Second, the Eagles have made 5 cuts today, okay? I'm still working on my 53-man roster. I hope I'll get it out before they finish cutting all their guys. But they did make some cuts today. I kind of want to go over some of these names and give you my thoughts on them, okay? So the Eagles waived 5 players Sunday morning. Tight end Kerry Angeline, defensive end Jaquan Bailey, running back Elijah Holyfield, wide receiver Marquand Michelle, and linebacker Rashad Smith. Now, here's my thoughts on it. Kerry Angeline, Rashad Smith, Bailey, really, they didn't really even see that much of them, okay, to be honest. Now, Marquand Michelle, he gets waived again, and I've liked him, going back a few seasons, but he came in so late. He was just a body. You kind of knew that was going to happen. And then there's Elijah Holyfield. My hope with Elijah Holyfield is he clears waivers, he's out there, and they can bring him back on the practice squad because he was with the Eagles for 2 years, right? 2 training camps. He never got any opportunities really to play until the last 2 games, specifically last game. And I think he looks good. I think he looks like he has some talent. He has some explosiveness. He's young. You clearly see he needs repetition. He needs to go out and play. He tries to make too many moves at the line of scrimmage instead of hitting a hole. But when he hits that hole, he's big. He's physical. He's fast. And my hope is that he clears waivers, and I think he will. And then you bring him back on the practice squad for the year. That's my hope with Elijah Holyfield. But other than that, I mean, none of these are any surprises. Really, it's going to be the last few cuts that I think we'll see some surprises. I think the big one is going to be that wide receiver position. I think it's going to be Fulgham versus J-Jaw. One of those two, maybe Hightower. Those 3 guys, to me, is probably going to be the most interesting cut. And also, I would say the tight end position. Are they going to keep Tyree Jackson? How are they going to do that? Because you got Tyree Jackson, I like. Stoll, I like. Richard Rodgers is there. Ertz, Goddard. You're not going to keep that many tight ends. So what are they going to do? Are they going to trade Zach Ertz? I think it's still possible. Maybe not likely, but it's possible. You get a team like the Saints who are down a bunch of tight ends. Maybe a team like Buffalo who's like, hey, look, we're ready to go and try to win a Super Bowl. Let's get the guy that puts us over the top. It's worth the risk of a 4th round pick. I really see this year's 53-man roster. I really think it's not going to be as many surprises as we've seen in the past. I think really the big one is going to be that wide receiver position. But the one thing I will say is we are dealing with the Eagles. We are dealing with Howie Roseman. And the one thing Howie Roseman does well, in my opinion, is he makes good trades. He usually makes good trades and gets good value, which we're also going to talk about in a second when we talk about Deshaun Watson. But, I mean, there are moves still to be made. We talk a little bit about Ertz and the tight ends. But what about Andre Dillard? Andre Dillard could get moved. You have LaRaven Clark. He's really like your swing tackle. And they may trade Andre Dillard. The Indianapolis Colts just lost a left tackle for the season. Maybe they go and they get Andre Dillard. Hell, maybe they package Andre Dillard and Zach Ertz together. The Jets just got Shaq Lawson, so Derek Barnett ain't going there. But I don't think at this point right now, maybe you keep Derek Barnett unless somebody gives you a lot for him because you've already restructured his deal. So you're already going to have to pay that dead money to him next year anyways. And, you can never have too many good defensive ends. Even though I think he's the backup to Josh Sweat, having that rotation is good. So unless somebody really comes big time with a package for Derek Barnett, you just keep him. But Dillard and Ertz, why not? Why not move those guys? And another thing regarding the rosters, you never know what Howie's thinking, right? Because there's always that one trade he makes, one or two trades, where nobody was talking about this specific player on another team. Nobody thought he was even available for trade, and somehow he ends up to the Eagles, and everybody's like, what? What are you talking about? Like J.J., right? So you can never put that past Howie, okay? You can never put that past Howie Vision, okay? Howie Vision does a lot of things I don't like. But there's every once in a while he does things I like. And when he makes trades, usually he gets good value in those trades. Which brings me to Deshaun Watson. Deshaun mother-humping Watson. Look, I'm going to tell you this about Deshaun Watson. I thought Deshaun Watson was going to be the best quarterback coming out of his draft class. I loved watching Deshaun Watson in college. I thought he was going to be a good quarterback. He's come to Houston, and he is a good quarterback. Remember, this is a guy that maybe had DeAndre Hopkins and some weapons, but he never had an offensive line. And, of course, when a guy is available of his talent and his age, which is like 25, of course, you got to think the Eagles would be interested in that since they traded Carson and they don't know what they have in Jalen Hurts yet. So it makes a lot of sense. And yesterday, when the Eagles got Gardner Minshew, or as I say, Garden Minshew, when they brought him in yesterday, a lot of people thought that was because the Deshaun Watson thing didn't work out. Because at the same time he got traded, we were getting reports that the Miami Dolphins were in the lead for Deshaun Watson. I don't think either of them were connected. Okay, I don't think they were connected at all. I just think that it was happenstance. It just happened to be that the Eagles traded for him as the day there was a report come out. That's what I personally think, okay? But maybe I could be wrong. I think Minshew was the Eagles saying, look, Nick Mullins stinks. And Flacco, he's an older guy. We need another quarterback just in case. And Minshew, for a 6th-round pick, is too good of a value. You have to get him because you never know how things are going to work out. And I don't think that was to go after Jalen Hurts' starting job either. I think his job is secure. And here's why I say that. You don't give a guy who you're not sure about, you don't give him 2 drives all of preseason. The first week of preseason, he gets, 2 series? Then you pull him, and he doesn't play the rest of preseason? If you look at that, you got to say to yourself, if the Eagles are really not sure about this guy, are they going to sit him like that? No. They're going to play him. They're going to let him get as many reps as possible. They're going to try to get as much information on him to make the right evaluation of him. So the Eagles, they feel Jalen Hurts this year is solidly planted in as a starting quarterback. Now, if he goes out and struggles, how long is the leash before they pull him and bench him, all that? I don't know. We have to see. But the Minshew trade was more about a backup and depth at the quarterback position. It wasn't related to the Deshaun Watson thing is what I'm trying to say. At least, not in my opinion, okay? But what the hell do I know? I'm just an Italian cannoli gabagool eating connoisseur, okay? I just started keto about 5 minutes ago, okay? So, I'm going to so do bad on that diet. I can tell you already I'm about to fail. I'm looking at you, Soda. I'm looking at you, Soda. Anyways, so Deshaun Watson, we were told he wants to go to Miami, and there were reports that came out that the Eagles were interested in him. We've heard this all season, but that the Eagles also balked. They were like, forget it, at what it would cost to get Deshaun Watson, which apparently was 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. Now, I don't like a lot of things how he does, but like I said, he makes good trades, and there's no way in hell he's giving up 3 first-round picks and 2 twos for him. That would be stupid. And I know there's some people going, dude, but he's a top 10 quarterback, 25, franchise quarterback. You pay the price for that. I get it. But here's the problem. Nobody should pay, and I don't think anybody, including Miami, will pay for the price that it's going to cost to get Deshaun Watson. Not with off the field issues. Those off the field issues are huge. They're hanging over his head. You cannot pull the trigger on that. You just cannot pull the trigger on that. That's already a high package to give away if he's got no other issues going on and he's just ready to come in and play football. But when you're dealing with a guy that could get suspended and then could have criminal charges come down later, I don't know all the ins and outs of his case. He deserves his day in court, innocent to proven guilty. I'm not making any judgments based upon hearsay. It's got to be proven in court, all that stuff. All I'm saying is it's hanging over whoever has his head. And if he gets suspended for a year, I heard he could get suspended and not see the field till 2023. What if he gets suspended, then they bring criminal charges, then he's convicted, then he goes to jail for a year, then you don't have the guy for 2 years? No team in their right mind, in my opinion, is going to trade for that. There are teams, and maybe the Eagles were thinking this too, hey look, we could get Deshaun Watson dirt cheap, like a second round pick. We do it, we pull the trigger, and if he gets suspended, we have Jalen Hurts. If it works out, it doesn't. We took a shot. If he clears his name, great. If he doesn't, then we'll just eat that second round pick. There could be teams thinking that because of value, but if Houston's asking for that much money, forget about it. Okay, so we know the Eagles balked at the trade. Then we hear that Deshaun Watson would not waive his no trade clause to the Philadelphia Eagles. All I have to say is, Houston, you stink. You got a guy you want to trade that won't go to places that possibly would trade you him. He's got off the field issues, and you're screwed. Texans are screwed. They're screwed. What are they going to do if this guy gets suspended? He doesn't want to play for you. He will not go to teams, certain teams. Why Philly? I don't know. I got to be honest. It offends me a little bit. I'm thinking, dude, you play for the Houston Texans. You play for the Houston Texans in the AFC South. The Eagles play in the NFC East. Say what you want. All right, look, we hate the Cowboys. We hate the Giants. We hate Washington. We hate them. We hate them. But, dude, it's a fantastic, amazing division where you have all four teams, only division in football, that won a championship. And you got those teams like the Cowboys, the Giants, Washington won multiple titles. All right, I hate to have to stick up for those guys, but this division is the best division in sports. Even when the division stinks, it's still the best division to watch. It's the best division in all sports, in my opinion. And for a guy who wants to be a franchise quarterback, I don't know why you would want to not play in the NFC East. You should jump at the chance, because what you do there, it has so much more weight than anywhere else. So he doesn't want to play there. Who cares? Maybe he can't handle the fans. Who cares? All I know is now we can put the Deshaun Watson stuff to rest, I think, unless he get desperate. And we can go about our business. Jalen Hurts is our quarterback. Let's see what he could do. He has a lot of promise, a lot of talent. I like what I've seen from him. Do I know if he's a franchise back? Hell no. I have no idea after 4 games. I am in wait-and-see mode, rooting for the guy, hoping for the best. But I don't know, okay? All I know is that when you look at the facts about Jalen Hurts and what the Eagles have done so far, the Eagles played him 2 series all of preseason. You don't treat a guy who you don't think is going to be your starter the whole year like that. You just don't, okay? If they were really worried or concerned about him, they would have played him a lot more. Maybe not the second game because of the stomach issue, but he would have played the third game. Tom Brady played the third game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so it wouldn't have been unprecedented, but the Eagles rested him. So they must believe in him. That's my only conclusion I can come up with. As far as Deshaun Watson, look, here's what I want to happen with Deshaun Watson right now. All right, I don't want this for him per se, but here's a situation where it could help the Eagles. Okay, this could help the Eagles, and it involves Deshaun Watson. Let's say Deshaun Watson goes to Miami. Totally possible. So he goes to Miami. Let's say Tua comes back to Houston in that trade. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But let's say he does. Now, Deshaun Watson winds up getting suspended some point this year and can't play. Now the Miami Dolphins are without a quarterback. And they go and they stink and they lose and they lose and they lose and they lose like a bunch of Cowboys. And guess who's got their number one pick? The Birds. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that's the situation we're going to see play out. I mean, I don't want the guy to get suspended. I'd like him to clear his name. FBI is investigating. I would like to hear that it was extortion and that he was, he was clean and it never happened. Because I like Deshaun Watson. You hate to think of a guy, doing all those things, but he deserves his day in court, and I'll wait and see how that goes. In the meantime, the Eagles, we got Atlanta coming up, 53-man roster. It's on its way, and I still think Howie ain't done wheeling and dealing. So we'll see. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, and of course, don't be a dingbat. I'm officially, as of right now, this second, I am on keto. I am on the keto diet. You gotta help me. You gotta help me. You have to be on my ass. You have to get a ball in my ass. You have to help me stay on this diet. I gotta be strong. Okay? You're gonna do that for me? Yes? Good. Okay, so you got me. And I'm going to do my best. I'm going to tell you guys and be honest with you. And you're going to help me. When I feel like having that donut, you're going to say, Fat 500. Don't do it. Fat Flash. Don't do it. And that's what you're going to do. Right? Starting right now. Mountain Dew. I'm off the diet. Why didn't you help me?